Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Battle High School in Columbia, Missouri for a high school football matchup between the 0-5 Hickman Cupies and the 4-2 Battle Spartans. So, give a little summary here for the Hickman Cupies. They are 0-5, coming off a blowout loss to their crosstown rival, the Rockbridge Bruins. Their head coach is here, Trevor Rubley. It's in his first year, looking to improve on his 0-5 record. The running back tonight, Jaron Eskridge, is their workhorse. Last week against Rockbridge, he carried the ball 19 times, only for 27 yards though. And their normal first-string quarterback, Devin Crane, was cleared to play last week after a concussion, but he did not play. He will start tonight though, so we just got news about an hour ago. Devin Kotwitz, who did start at quarterback last week against Rockbridge, is out this week with an injury. He is a normal receiver for the Cupies. And the Cupies are also dealing with another injury on the defensive side of the ball. Noah Tamarius, the heart and soul of the defense, is out with an injury. And senior Derek Ablin led the team last week in receiving with 2 catches for 46 yards. Now the Battle Spartans come in at 4-2. Last week they dominated the Helias Crusaders 40-7. Head coach Justin Kiners is in his 5th year now, his first year, of course, taking the Battle Spartans to a state championship. Jaron Lewis is the Spartan quarterback. He's a senior. He went 13 for 18 for 132 yards and 3 touchdowns against the Crusaders last week. He also ran 7 times for 66 yards and another pair of touchdowns. Darren Jordan was the feature back last week. He had been swapping snaps with Nate Ferguson earlier in the season, but I believe Ferguson is out with an injury as he did not record a carry last week. Jordan had 23 carries for 248 yards and a touchdown against Helias. Drayton Tyler led the way receiving with 4 catches for 72 yards and a touchdown. And Matt Page had 3 receptions, 2 of which struck pay dirt and were in the end zone. And the man to watch out on defense tonight for these Battle Spartans is number 10, Trey Morris. He is a standout linebacker. As we are getting ready for the kickoff here, it'll be Battle wearing all gray with the gray and white gradient helmets. They are honoring Jonathan Dinter, a former assistant coach for these Spartans who passed away last year after a battle with cancer. They mentioned over the PA that they are wearing shirts that say Team Dinter on the back. Hickman will be kicking off to Battle. Hickman wearing the white tops with the black bottoms and the purple helmets. On to kick for the Cupies is number 8, Andrew Wheelahan, the 5'11 senior. Will be on to kick for Hickman. Back to return for Battle is Drayton Tyler and Peyton Roberts, each of which are seniors. So Wheelahan, after mission with his teammates, if he can kick, they give him the go-ahead, and he boots it away. It's a high, deep kick over Tyler's head, who managed to haul it in around the 2-yard line. Looking for a block, makes a cut, pushes a man out of his way, breaks free, and he's flying up the sideline. He is brought down at around the 46-yard line by a Cupie. That was Charlie Monroe, the 6-foot junior on the stop for Hickman. But a great kickoff return and great field position here for this Battle Spartan offense to start off with, as Jaron Lewis will bring his troops onto the field with Darren Jordan, the lone man in the backfield. Have a bunch set on the near side with Tyler, the lone receiver, on the far side. Lewis takes a snap, pitches it to Jordan, who gets a block and is wrapped up after a gain of 1 by Jeremiah Kent, 5'11 senior from Hickman. That'll be 2nd down and 8 from the Hickman 44. So Lewis, after lighting up Helias last week, will look to build off his performance against the Crusaders and look for the Hickman or the Battle offense to strike early and often. As Lewis takes a snap, hands it to Jordan, gets a block from Trey Morris, and he is brought down at the Cupie 33-yard line. That'll be good for a Spartan 1st down. As Jordan received a fantastic lead block by the fullback in the formation, Trey Morris, who was also a standard on defense. So Lewis will line up under center this time Dual receivers on each side. Takes a snap, hands it to Morris, who bowls over a man for about a pickup of 8. Brought down by the Hickman safety. So it'll be 2nd and 1 for the Spartans from the QP 24. Lewis takes the snap, hands it to Jordan, cuts to the right, finds a hole, bursts to the outside, and is drugged down by Talon Kemp, the sophomore cornerback for Hickman. It'll be good for a Spartan first down to the Hickman 18-yard line. Lewis is receiving the signals from the sideline. Gives the play call to his line. Sets up in the pistol formation. The Jordan in the backfield. Matt Page in motion there for the Spartans. Lewis takes a snap, hands it to Jordan. Bursts to the left. Gets a block downfield and is into the end zone. Touchdown Battle. Drayton Tyler with a huge block on the outside there to allow Darren Jordan to get into the end zone, the sophomore running back. Take an early lead for the Spartans. A great article by the Daily Tribune this week about Drayton Tyler, as not only his playmaking abilities with the ball in his hands, but also his blocking ability, as he does a little bit of everything for this Battle team. That's what they appreciate about him, is he's so versatile. So it appears that Battle will be going for 2 here, as they're in a funky set with about 4 or 5 linemen lined up to the left. Tyler will be taking the snap, takes a snap, finds a block and just walks straight into the end zone. So Battle with an early lead over Hickman here, 8-0 with 10:07 to go. We'll be right back. This is CPS 360 Sports. On the kick for Battle is Jalen Williamson. Back to receive for Hickman. It's Christian Davis. Little pooch kick there by Williamson. It goes directly out of bounds at around the 32-yard line. So Hickman will start off with pretty good field position on the Battle side of the field. So it'll be 1st and 10 Hickman at what I believe to be the 40-yard line, as the referees discuss the flag on the play. An illegal procedure, of course. You cannot kick the ball out of bounds on a kickoff. So I was wrong. It'll be 1st and 10 Hickman at their own 35-yard line, as Devin Crane comes onto the field returning after last week's injury. He's probably Hickman's best playmakers. He's a dual threat quarterback with a great scrambling ability. Takes a snap, looks right. Pass is complete to Derek Ablin, leading receiver for Hickman in last week's loss to Rockbridge. So it'll be 2nd down and 1 for the QPs, as they look to pick up their first one of the season here tonight at Battle High School. Crane lined up in the shotgun. Trips receivers to his left. Takes a snap, looks right, can't find a man, decides to take it on his own, and passes it to Ryan Padgett, who takes it down to around the Battle 36-yard line. So a big pickup there for Hickman, as it appeared, though, as Devin Crane was going to scramble with it, and at the last second decided to pitch it ahead to Padgett. So that's good for a big gain and a Hickman first down to the Battle 37. QPs once again lined up in shotgun. 2 receivers on each side. Crane takes a snap. Hands it off. He takes it down to around the 31-yard line. That is Jeremiah Kent. Or excuse me, Jaron Eskridge for the Spartans. Or for the QBs, rather. As it'll be 2nd down and 5 for Hickman at the Spartan 32. Here with 9:15 to go. Ablin, the man in motion. Crane takes a snap. It's a screen pass to Ablin. He takes it, rushes forward. At around the 1st down mark, he's brought down by Adrian Kenny, the standout safety for the Spartans. And the refs declare that'll be good for a 1st down. So solid drive here going for Hickman. That's got to be an early boost of confidence after being manhandled by the Bruins last weekend. So the Cupies putting together a nice drive against the usually stout Battle defense. Of course, it is only early in the 1st quarters. Both teams are probably feeling each other out right now. Although each team at Columbia rival probably seen plenty of film on each other. Crane takes a snap, hands it off to Eskridge, who powers through a Battle defender and is brought down after pickup of around 3. That was Jake Hedrick on the stop for Battle, as well as Darius Washington, the senior middle linebacker. This will be 2nd down and 7 for Hickman at the Battle 23. Crane lined up in shotgun. Ablin, the man in motion, takes a snap. Crane looks left, looking for a man. Has Ablin, hauls it in, makes a man miss, and is dragged down by Jalen Williamson for a pickup of roughly 2. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for Hickman at the Spartan 20. As the Cupies are still putting together a nice drive, but they face their first 3rd down situation with 7.5 to go. As the Battle faithful tries to distract the Hickman offense from making any play calls. Crane takes a snap, looks left, doesn't have a man. Ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage, and it is called incomplete. Jake Hedrick was there, and what appeared to be an interception, but the line judge declared it incomplete, as it'll be 4th down and 4 for the Cupies at the Spartan 20. And it appears as though they'll go for it, trailing 8-0 with 7:17 to go here in the 1st quarter. A beautiful sort of muggy night here in Columbia, Missouri. Temperature in the mid-80s, but extremely humid. So you can imagine the sweat is dripping down there on the field. So Hickman faces 4th and 4 from the Battle 20. Crane takes a snap, fakes the handoff, looking for Ablin on the bubble screen, and it is incomplete. So the Spartan defense stands tough and will take over on downs, as Hickman put together a pretty strong drive featuring a long completion to Ryan Padgett, the junior receiver. But the Battle defense stands tall in the red zone, and Jaron Lewis will bring the offense back after they take over on downs. So it'll be 1st and 10 Battle from their own 20-yard line with 7:13 to go. Lewis lined up in the pistol, trailed by Darren Jordan. Lewis takes a snap, hands it to Jordan, makes a move to the right, and is met by a Hickman lineman. That is Matt Ballard, the senior 6'4", 300-pound defensive tackle. All my numbers are messed up. So it'll be 2nd and 9 Battle from their own 21. 2 receivers lined up to Lewis's left, as well as Matt Page, tight end. Lewis takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looking for Drayton Tyler. Tyler makes the catch and is met by Derek Ablin and is brought down with the help of Jericho Kent, the sophomore 5'11", 225-pound linebacker. So it'll be 3rd down and 6. For Hickman with for Battle with 6:09 to go. They lead the QPs 8-0 here in the first quarter. 3 receivers line up on the near side for Battle. Tyler in motion. Lewis takes the snap. It's caught by Keandre Whitaker, who is gang tackled by a coup of Hickman QPs, including Aaron Rowley. But Whitaker picks up enough and fights for enough yards for a first down, just barely, as they mark the ball at the 30-yard line. So trips receivers to the left for Lewis. He takes a snap, fakes a hand off to Jordan, and his pass is incomplete, intended for Drayton Tyler. Tyler, not the tallest receiver, only 507, 165 pounds. But when he gets the ball, kid's fast and agile. Makes it look easy, making men miss. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 for Battle on their own 30-yard line. Lewis lined up in the pistol with Darren Jordan in the backfield. Takes the snap, hands it to Jordan. Makes a move to the right, cuts up the middle, and is brought down at the 47-yard line. As we have a Hickman man down on the field. We'll take a quick timeout. Battle leads Hickman with 8-0 go here on CPS 360 Sports. His Battle just picked up a first down on a nice run by Darren Jordan, the sophomore running back. Lewis takes the snap, hands it off to Jordan, who is brought down at the 49-yard line of Hickman. So it'll be 2nd down and 6. Lewis takes the snap, decides to keep it on the option, makes a man miss, and is brought down not before picking up a first down. That is Jack Curtis on the stop for Hickman. Lewis with a gain of about 14 there to move the Spartans to the Hickman 37. Battle has 2 receivers on the near side, 2 on the far side. Lewis takes a snap, hands to Jordan, who bowls over a man and is brought down at around the first down marker. It will in fact be good enough for a first down. On the stop for Hickman is Jeremiah Kent. It'll be 1st and 10 battle at the QP 27. Lewis takes the snap. His pass is dropped. Intended for Scott Pope, the 5'11 senior receiver. Ran a quick little button hook, but was unable to secure the ball. I believe he took his eyes off it and was looking downfield before he had snatched it completely. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 for Battle. Battle lined up in the pistol formation. Matt Page sent in motion to the right side. Jordan takes a snap, bounces to the outside, moving upfield, and is stuffed by a couple of Hickman linebackers. That is Talon Kemp and Shermyron Townsend. So it'll be 3rd down and 5 for Battle. Three receivers line up on the left. Jalen Williamson, the lone receiver, on the right. Lewis takes a snap. Intended for Drayton Tyler. It is tipped and falls harmlessly to the turf. It'll be 4th and 5. His pass was intended for Drayton Tyler. And it appears Battle will go for it here on the QP 23-yard line. Lewis receives his play calls. Informs the linemen of their blocking assignments. Dual receivers on each side for the Spartans. Lewis takes a snap, looks right. Ball slips and is recovered by a Spartan. But it doesn't matter anyways. It was 4th down. It appears when Lewis cocked back to fire a pass to, I believe, Drayton Tyler, the ball just slipped from his hands. So Hickman will take over on downs here at the Battle, or at their own 31-yard line. So Hickman defense coming up big there as they can look to capitalize on that stop in their own territory. Crane lined up in the shotgun. 2 receivers on each side. Takes a snap. Hands it out to Shermyron Townsend, who was brought down for no gain. On the stop was Shamil Hamilton, the big defensive tackle for these Spartans. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. With 2:44 to go here in the first quarter. Crane gives his assignments to the lineman in huddle. 3 receivers lined up on the right for Hickman. Derek Abelin, the receiver, in the slot. Mason Rohr, the isolated receiver, on the near side. Flag on the play. Actually, Hickman called a timeout. They'll take a timeout. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back. This is CPS 360 Sports. Welcome back to Battle High School in Columbia, Missouri, as the Spartans lead the Hickman Cupies 8-0 with 2:21 to go. Hickman fresh off a timeout, facing 2nd down and 10. Crane takes the snap, looks right, throws it. That's Derek Galen with the reception. And a great form tackle by Peyton Roberts, but not before Ablin could pick up the first down, as there's a flag on the play. Ablin is down. It appeared that was Jake Hedrick who came in late, leading with the head there for Battle. We'll see what the refs have to say about this penalty marker. So a dead ball personal foul on the Spartans. They'll tack on another 15 yards after a pickup of 10 there for the Cupies. And once again, they find themselves in Battle territory, as the ball will be spotted on the Spartan 43. So it'll be 1st and 10 with 2:13 to go. Crane line up in shotgun. Keeps the ball for himself after a play fake. And is tripped up by Shamil Hamilton. So it'll be 2nd down and 7 at the Spartan 40-yard line for Hickman with 1:40 to go. Cupies come out, line up in shotgun. Two receivers on the right, one on the left. Crane takes a snap. Hands it off to the running back, who is stopped by Shamil Hamilton. And Trey Morris is in on the action to make the stop. So after a pickup of 0, it'll be 3rd down and 7. The clock is stopped. There's a flag on the play. A couple of Battle players were shielding it from my perspective. And then sportsmanlike conduct penalty has been called on the Spartans. So that'll make it a 1st down and 10 after the 15-yard penalty. So that makes it 1st and 10 Hickman at the Spartan 25-yard line. And let's see if the Cupies can capitalize on a couple of early Spartan mistakes. Crane takes the snap, rolls to his right, looking downfield, can't find anybody, decides to take it on his own and is hit hard by Trey Morris. Standout linebacker for Battle. It's now 2nd down and 10 as the clock dwindles down to under 20 seconds for the Cupies. They have 3 receivers to the left. Ryan Padgett is the lone receiver on the far side. Ball on the right hash. Crane takes a snap. It's a screen pass set up for the running back, but it is incomplete, as the Battle pressure got there pretty quick. It is now 3rd down and 10 with 5 seconds remaining in the first quarter. So this will most likely be the last play of our first segment of this game, as the Battle student section stomps their feet on the bleachers to make some noise. 3 receivers lined up on the near side for Hickman. Crane takes a snap, looks left, pocket collapsing, tries to take it for himself, but is wrapped up by Jarrell Heiler on the sack for Battle, and that's the end of the first quarter. When we come back, Hickman will face a 4th down and 11. Battle leads the Cupies 8-0 at the end of the first quarter. Welcome back as Hickman is lining up for a 43-yard field goal here. That is Andrew Wheelahan on the kick. Derek Abel on the hold. Wheelahan gets a snap, and it is blocked by the Spartans. It is picked up by Jalen Williamson, who's going to take it all the way to the end zone for a Battle touchdown. What a shift in momentum. It goes from Hickman possibly putting points on the board to the Spartans taking advantage of sloppy special teams blocking. And they take it all the way back to the end zone. So Battle extends their lead over Hickman to 14-0 here on the first play of the first quarter. 11:50 to go as you see C.J. Schlater, the starting center for Battle, sprinting onto the field, as well as Drayton Tyler, who probably were not expecting to be coming onto the field, being a PAT, a point after attempt. So with 11:50 to go, Battle leads Hickman 14-0. And once again, they are in their 2-point formation. Matt Page, Drayton Tyler, and Trey Morris, the 3 men in the backfield. Tyler takes a snap, throws it to Peyton Roberts, and it is over his head, incomplete. So the 2-point conversion attempt is no good. Battle leads Hickman 14-0. This is CPS 360 Sports. Welcome back to Battle High School in Columbia, Missouri, where the Spartans lead the Hickman Cupies 14-0 with 10 seconds removed in the second quarter. Jalen Williamson on the kick for the Spartans, who pooches it to the 24-yard line. It is picked up by a Hickman returner. That is Aaron Rowley, who is knocked out of bounds. Hickman will start their drive at their own 34-yard line. So the Spartan defense will come back onto the field with 11:45 to go after just making a huge stop and scoring their own points on Hickman's last drive when they attempted a 43-yard field goal and was blocked and returned by Jalen Williamson for a Spartan touchdown. So we'll see how the QP offense responds. They have been aided by some huge Spartan personal fouls. There are 3 receivers lined up on the near side. Crane takes the snap, hands it out to Townsend, makes a cut to the right and is lit up by 2 battle defenders. Your culprits would be Trey Morris and Adonis Dawson, the junior defensive back. So a pickup of 9 there for the QPs. A solid first down pickup. It'll be 2nd and 1 at their own 43. As Crane relays the play to his lineman. 3 receivers lined up on the far side for the QPs. Crane takes a snap, looking for Derek Ablin on an out route. Comes up just short. Peyton Roberts on the coverage for the Spartans. So it'll be 3rd down and 1 for Hickman at their own 43. Here with 10:53 to go. And we'll see what the QPs decide to do, if they decide to power it through the big battle defensive front or go through the, maybe catch them off guard with a play action pass and go through the air. As the Battle fans get loud here on 3rd down. Battle shows blitz. And it appears as a Hickman player flinched when they rushed towards the line. And the refs agree with my opinion, as it is a false start on the QPs. So that'll make it 3rd down and 6, a pretty costly penalty there, as they are forced to pick up 5 more additional yards. So 3rd down and 6 from their own 38 for Hickman. And Crane's pass is incomplete, intended for Derek Ablin downfield. He had the step on Peyton Roberts on the go route on the left hash mark there, and it slips through his arms and possibly knocked away by Peyton Roberts. So a big defensive play. That'll be 4th and 6 for the QBs, and we'll see what they decide to do here. They decide to punt or possibly go for it here deep in their own territory. So 10:44 to go. It appears as though the Spartans will be going for it, unless they're going to attempt a little bit of a pooch kick here, as Crane is lined up deeper than he often is. That's what they decide to do. Can he get a little topspin on it? No, he can't. The ball will fall harmlessly at the 33-yard line, where Hickman will take over 1st and 10. We'll take a short break. Battle leads Hickman 14-0. Welcome back to Columbia, as Jaron Lewis, the Battle Spartan quarterback, is lined up under center for the first time tonight. He checks an audible from the sideline. Darren Jordan is the tailback. Drayton Tyler in motion. The snap is bobbled and dropped. They still hand it out to Jordan, who then fumbles it. And does he recover? As there's a pile of bodies on top of the football at the 15-yard line, or excuse me, the Spartan 16. It appears as though a Spartan does recover it. That was Drayton Tyler there saving the day for the Spartans. Well, they will face 2nd and a mile, deep in their own territory, at their own 16, in fact, with 10:06 to go. So that play was doomed from the start after a bobbled snap. And then Jordan just clean dropped it while he was running with it. So Lewis takes a snap, looks right, has a man. That is Scott Pope for a short pickup of 7. That'll make it 3rd down and 20. At the Battle 24-yard line, or excuse me, 3rd down and 19. When you're facing 3rd and 19, you'd think a yard wouldn't make much of a difference, but many people say football is a game of inches. As a flag is thrown on the play. And they will be moving back. A false start on Battle, nearly negating the gain they had just picked up. As Trey Morris trots off the field in exchange for Deshaun Ganaway, the junior receiver, 6'1", 170 pounds. We'll have 3 receivers lined up to Jaron Lewis's left. That'll be Keandre Whitaker, Deshaun Ganaway, and Scott Pope. As Matt Page is lined up in the tight end position on his right. Lewis takes a snap, looks left, looking for a man downfield, lobs it over the middle. He has Drayton Tyler, and it is caught as he stays on his feet and crawls forward for another 2 yards. So get out your playbooks and mark that down for a 3rd down and 24 situation. Toss it over the middle to Drayton Tyler as he picks up the 1st down by probably 6 or 7 yards. So a 1st and 10 Battle at their own 49. As Tyler lined up in the slot now to Lewis's left. Lewis takes the snap, hands it to Jordan. Moves to the left. A flag is thrown in the backfield. 2 flags are thrown in the backfield now, as he is brought down by Jeremiah Kent. It'll be a holding penalty on the offense. Or on the offense. Look at me repeating the referee. On Battle, who is the offense on this drive. So that makes it 1st and 20 from their own 38. As Lewis gives signals to his offensive wall of linemen. He takes the snap, hands to Jordan, who bursts through the middle and is wrapped up by Jacob Ochoa, 6-foot junior out of Hickman High School. So it'll be 2nd down and 14 after pickup of 8. Or excuse me, a pickup of 5. Dual receivers on each side for Lewis. Takes the snap. Decides to keep it after the pocket collapses. Nearly makes a man miss. But a fine recovery job by Jeremiah Kent, who appeared to be out of position after Lewis made a little bit of a juke move. But Kent did a nice job recovering, bringing him down, forcing a 3rd down and 10 for the Spartans. Hickman playing in a 4-3 defensive formation for most of the night, with 1 deep safety. A little bit of a cover 3 action as the outside most cornerbacks play soft coverage. Lewis feels the pressure, moves to the outside, looking downfield, has Drayton Tyler, who makes the catch, forces Derek Abel to miss, and trots over the goal line for another Battle touchdown. So a wonderful job by Jaron Lewis to use his feet to escape the pocket after it collapsed, keep his eyes downfield, and for Drayton Tyler to find the window and an open patch of turf for another Spartan touchdown as they lead 20-0 here with 7:04 to go in the 1st half. And the Spartans will go for the traditional point after, it appears here, as Jalen Williamson, their kicker, is on. And they have the big bodies up front rather than lined up on the near sideline. Peyton Roberts is the holder. Williamson boots the ball directly through the uprights So Battle leads Hickman 21-0 with 7:04 to go. This is CPS 360 Sports. Welcome back to Battle High School in Columbia, Missouri, as the Spartans lead the Hickman Cupies 21-0 here midway through the second quarter. Jalen Williamson on the kick for the Spartans. Students, fingers wag in the air. Williamson boots it deep. Townsend on the return for Hickman. Finds a hole, and he's up to the sideline. He's off to the races. He is clipped down by the kicker, Williamson, but not after a huge return down to the Battle 36. He is chirping to Williamson, who just brought him down. Of course, Townsend, sophomore running back, who has been the feature back here tonight for Hickman, rather than Eskridge. Jaron Eskridge, that is, the senior running back who took the majority of the snaps last week for the Cupies against the Rockbridge Bruins. So let's see if Hickman can use this great field position at the start of their drive to put some points on the board and cut this Battle deficit. Abelin, the man in motion. Crane takes a snap, looks right, can't find anybody, looking for a man downfield. The ball is booted away, and it is picked off by Adrian Kenny. The Battle safety is looking for a block, can't get one, and is finally brought down by Talon Kemp. So Battle immediately gets the ball back after Crane threw a ball up for grabs to Talon Kemp downfield after they faked a screen to Abelin. So Adrian Kenny there capitalizing on the old tip drill, and Battle will take over at their own 12-yard line. So once again, the Spartan defense coming up big and giving this offense another chance to put points up on the board. They lead 21-0 with 6:42 to go. Darren Jordan is the running back in the game for the Spartans. Single receivers on each side of Lewis. Jordan takes a snap, bursts to the outside, sheds off a tackler, and then is brought down by Jericho Kent. Or excuse me, that would be Riley Keevens, the 6'3", 190-pound junior linebacker. So it'll be 2nd down and 5 for Battle at their own 17 as Lewis is under center for the second time tonight. He takes the snap, hands it off to Jordan, stiffs arms a defender, and is brought down by a pair of Cupies. That'll be Jack Curtis and Aaron Rowley. So it'll be 3rd down and 4 after a pickup of 1 by the running back Jordan. As the clock dwindles under 5.5 minutes. Battle just taking over after a interception by impact player Adrian Kenny. And Conyers trots down the sidelines. Head coach Justin Conyers, that is, trots down the sidelines and signals for timeout. The refs will grant him his wish, and we will also be taking a break. Battle leads Hickman 21-0 with 5:26 to go in the second quarter. This is CPS 360 TV. We welcome you back. I'm Alex Weimer bringing you the action here tonight as the Battle Spartans are facing off the Hickman Cupies. Spartans have used a pair of offensive touchdown drives to take the lead, as well as a special teams advantage as Jordan takes the snap. Lewis takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Jordan, and runs for a gain of around 7 or 6 to pick up the first down on 3rd and 4, but the Spartans blocked a Andrew Wheelahan field goal attempt and took it back to the house with really no effort, as there wasn't a QP within 20 yards of Jalen Williamson, who scooped up the loose ball and shot it in the end zone with a group of Spartans protecting him. So Lewis takes a snap, hands it off to Jordan. He's forced to bounce to the outside and is still being pushed back. It's brought down by Taylon Kemp, but the finishing touch is put on by Jeremiah Kent. So with forward progress, it'll still be second down. Will be a loss of 1. It'll be second down and 11 for Battle from their own 26. .437 to go. Battle leads Hickman 21-0. Single receivers on each side. Lewis takes the snap, moves to his left, looking downfield. He's going to go long for Drayton Tyler. Derek Galen on the coverage, and Tyler goes right up over him and runs into the end zone. What a play by Drayton Tyler, who's at a height disadvantage of 3 inches, leaps up over cornerback Derek Ablin, hauls it in, and then has the presence of mind to keep his feet and beat out Shamyron Townsend to the pylon. And Battle is making this start to look ugly. So it is 27-0 with 4:13 to go. They're on to attempt the extra point. Jalen Williamson will kick, CJ Schlater will snap, and Peyton Roberts will hold. But a big play there by the Battle Spartans on 2nd and 11. And Williamson's point after attempt is good. So with 4:13 to go, Battle extends the lead over the Hickman Cupies to 28-0. We will be right back. This is CPS 360 Sports. Welcome back to Columbia, Missouri. So we have a Friday Night Lights matchup between the Battle Spartans and the Hickman Cupies. The Spartans lead Hickman 28-0 with 4:13 to go. Jalen Williamson on the kick for the Spartans and squibs it to the 40, where Jeremiah Kent will take the ball for Hickman and just drop to a knee at his own 39, where the Hickman offense will come back on, attempting to move the ball downfield and put some points up on the board here, as points have come at a premium this season for the Cupies. Of course, they lost 40-7 to rival Rockbridge last Friday. So no time went off in the kickoff. And Battle has a 4-touchdown lead over the Cupies. Crane takes the snap, hands off to Townsend, is met immediately in the backfield by Trey Morris. What a play by Morris, who read the snap count, found a hole in the line, and blew that up before it had a chance to really pick up any steam. So it'll be 2nd down and 12 as Morris bowled through the line and gave Townsend a cold shoulder and escorted him to the turf. As the clock trickles down to under 3:40 here in the first half. Two stacked receivers on each side. Ablin is the man in motion. Crane takes the snap, looks left, has a man. Ball is low, and they're going to call it a catch. That is Mason Rohr on the reception for the Cupies, finding his first action of the night. Putting some stats in the box score. Rohr, a junior, 5'11", 175-pound receiver. Crane lines up in the shotgun again, accompanied by Townsend. Takes a snap, rolls to his right, looking downfield, has a man, and it is caught. That is Talon Kemp. The ball comes out late, but not before the referee rules him down. And that gain will be good by about 2 yards for a Cupie first down. The clock will stop, so the chains will move. 2:53 to go, Hickman will have it 1st and 10 at the Spartan 48 here in the second quarter. Theme of the night, though. Hickman moves into Battle Spartan territory, and the Spartans do anything and everything to stop them from scoring and forcing a turnover, whether that be on downs or by way of interception. Crane takes a snap, looks left, going deep downfield, intended for Ablin. There's a flag on the play as the ball was well underthrown. And the Spartan defenders do not agree with the call, as that was Peyton Roberts. And I have to agree with the Spartan defense here, as Roberts didn't really do anything. He kind of just stood there. And the throw just was not very good. I mean, underthrown by 2 or 3 yards. So some misfortune there for Battle. But a nice pickup for Hickman as they use another penalty to move downfield. Now on the Battle 33-yard line. 10 seconds were cut off from that last play. There's 2:33 remains in the second quarter. Dual receivers on each side for the Cupie offense. Crane in shotgun, moves Ablin in motion. Takes a snap, looks left. Little pump fake, is being chased down, and the ball is knocked away. There are multiple men in there for both Battle and Hickman. And they say the Cupies recovered it before a Spartan defender could. So it'll be 2nd down and 14 here, or 2nd down and 15. And another miscue by the Cupie offense after being handed great field position by the Spartan defense. Crane in the backfield, accompanied by Shermyron Townsend, who takes the handoff, moves upfield, shows some great speed, and the ball is ripped loose. And Peyton Roberts is on the recovery there for Battle. That was Adrian Kenny stripping the ball loose from Townsend. A little bit of payback there after the kickoff return from Townsend, and as he barked some words there at the Battle sideline. So call it vengeance for the Spartan defense, forcing Townsend to fumble after he picked up about 11 or 10 yards on the play. Ball's immediately knocked loose and picked up by senior Peyton Roberts, who was forced out of last year with an injury. Peyton, a good friend of mine. Great to see him back on the field playing well and contributing to his Battle family, as he likes to call. So Lewis takes the snap, a little bit of a 2-minute drill here. Looks for Matt Page, who goes up and makes a great acrobatic catch at the 36-yard line. Is pushed forward to the 39-yard line of Battle. So with 1.5 minutes to go, Spartans still have 2 timeouts. They line up in shotgun, a little bit of no-huddle hurry up here. Dual receivers on each side of Lewis. We're looking to pass extensively for the first time tonight, and it cannot escape the pressure brought by Aaron Rowley. And Battle will immediately call timeout with 1:19 to go. A great job by the defensive end there, Aaron Rowley, to make a real bull rush around the edge of the line and get to Lewis before he can make a play. So the Battle taking a timeout. We'll take one as well. The Spartans lead the Hickman Cupies 28-0 with 1:19 to go in the first half. This is CPS 360 TV. Welcome back to Battle as Lewis takes the snap. Looking downfield, evades pressure, stands on his feet, flips it to Deshaun Ganaway, who does just enough to pick up a first down, which will stop the clock here with 1:06 to go. I was at Battle's practice yesterday, and they worked on this exact drill, taking in play calls with little to no time left on the clock as Lewis takes a snap, fires it to Ganaway, who makes a man miss, cuts to the middle of the field, still moving, and is wrapped up by a squadron of Cupies. And again, another first down as Battle is driving here, looking to put more points up on the board with 53 to go, 53 seconds to go here in the second quarter. They lead by a score of 4 touchdowns and 4 extra points. Well, they did it the untraditional way. Lewis takes a snap, tosses it out to Tyler, forces a man to miss. Excuse me, he does not, but he does get out of bounds. Or he does not. He doesn't, as the referee was confused with his hand signals there. Told the clock to keep running, but then finally Battle called the timeout after realizing that the referee had wanted the clock to keep going. It appeared as though Tyler had gotten out of bounds before he was brought down, but he unfortunately was not for the Spartans. 34 seconds to go here in the first half. The theme of the night, Hickman being gifted many penalties from this Battle defense, traveling deep into Battle territory but being unable to capitalize. While this Battle offense has pretty much had their way with the QP defense, and a couple of special teams, or one special teams blunder by the QPs, allowed the Battle field goal unit to block a Andrew Wheelahand field goal attempt, scoop it up and take it back for 6 points of their own, rather than Hickman picking up their own 3 and what would have been their first points of the night. But they still have a goose egg on the board. Battle leads 28-0. Lewis brings his teammates back on the field. 3 receivers out to the right. He takes the snap, looking for Ganaway on a wheel route down the field. He led him perfectly, and the ball just barely falls incomplete. That was Talon Kemp on the coverage there for Hickman, who I believe got a finger on it to swat it away before Ganaway had an attempt to catch it. So it'll be 3rd down and 6 for the Spartans at the Hickman 28. Ganaway will come on the near side, being the lone receiver. Spartans once again in a cover 3. Trips receivers to the right. Lewis takes the snap, looks right, has plenty of time, decides to move up in the pocket, but can't get away. It'll be 4th down, and the Spartans are out of timeouts. They're going to go for it here as the clock ticks down to 10, 9, 8, The Spartans are still not set. So looks like it'll be one last heave to the end zone here. Lewis looking downfield. Intended for Keandre Whitaker, but it is knocked away. That'll be the end of the first half. The Battle Spartans lead the Hickman Cupies 28-0. We will be back with coverage on the second half. This is Mid-Missouri High School Football on CPS 360 Sports. Welcome back to Columbia Battle High School. Here on homecoming night for the Spartans, they lead the Hickman Cupies 28-0 as we get ready to start the second half. Some local prep football high school scores here for you. Rockbridge leads Jeff City 11-7. Hallsville and California are tied at 8 at halftime. North Callaway leads Wright City 14-0. At halftime between the Blair Oaks Falcons and Southern Boone, Blair Oaks leads 16-7. And Centralia leads Mexico 8-0, and what I've heard has been a very defensive battle. That has been the opposite of our game, for the Spartans at least. They have put points on the board and have kept Hickman from putting any on the board. As it looked as though the game was going to get real ugly there late in the first half, but Hickman's defense stopped them on Battle's final drive. So the Spartans lead the Cupies 28-0. Their offense has been firing on all cylinders all night, while Hickman is yet to really put anything together. And if they have, not capitalize on putting anything together. So Jalen Williamson will be on the kick for the Spartans. Back to return for Hickman. Shamyron Townsend and Derek Ablin. As Williamson gets ready to boot this ball away to start the second half of this Columbia rivalry game. Short little squib kick. Picked up by Talon Kemp, and he takes a knee at the Hickman 26, where they will start their drive 1st and 10. Devin Crane returning from an injury last week. He suffered a concussion earlier this season. See if he can use that first half to finally get in the groove of things and make some plays here for the Cupie offense. Two receivers line up on each side. Crane takes a snap, hands it off to Townsend. Tries to find the edge. A little stiff arm to Trey Morrison, is blown up by Peyton Harris. Holy smokes, or excuse me, that is Darius Washington. Came flying in from the second level and absolutely hammered Shamyron Townsend. Townsend will stay in the game though as he gets up and shakes it off, but man, did he get leveled by the Spartan linebacker. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Cupies. Crane takes a snap, looks downfield. Pass was intended for Ryan Padgett. It is knocked away by Jalen Williamson, who was upset with himself, believing he probably could have picked that ball off, which would be Battle forcing their 4th turnover of the night and their 3rd interception. So the Cupies facing some early adversity here. 3rd down and 8. Of course, this is Trevor Rubley's first tenure as the head coach here. Crane takes a snap, rolls to his right, looking downfield for a man, can't find anybody, and heaves it. And the pass is picked off. No, the referee calls it incomplete.
Pass is called incomplete, 4th and 8.
So it'll be 4th and 8 now for Hickman, as this will be our 2nd punt of the night. First was a little pooch kick by Devin Crane early in the first half. So with 11:10 to go, Spartans will get the ball with a 4-touchdown lead. Andrew Wheelahan back to punt for the Cupies. He takes a snap. It's a low kick. Almost hits a Spartan, but will fall harmlessly to the turf. And will be down by a Cupie. And Battle start 1st and 10 with 60 yards to work here as they were at their own 40. And if you don't qualify this game as blown open already, I'd say a score here would do it. But I've seen crazier things happen in football. Let's take a look back at the Alamo Bowl a couple years ago between Oregon and TCU. TCU with a backup quarterback came storming back against the Ducks to win a game in double overtime in which they trailed by 31 points, I believe. Lewis takes a snap, hands it off to Darren Jordan, shakes off a wimpy tackler, and pushes forward to midfield. He's brought down by Talon Kemp, the junior QP. So it'll be 1st and 10 battle at midfield. So Dre Tyler will be the lone receiver here on the near side. A little bit of a bunch formation on the left. Lewis takes a snap, hands it to Jordan. Sort of the same concept in the last play. Picks up 8 or 9 yards. He's brought down by Aaron Rowley. It'll be 2nd and 2 battle at the Hickman 42-yard line. Dre Tyler, the lone receiver on the near side. Matt Page, the tight end on the far side. A little bit of an I formation here. Trey Morris is the fullback. He takes the handoff, bursts left, breaks a tackle, still pushing forward. There's an army of QPs is trying to bring him down. They finally do, but not before he bowls forward for an extra 7 or 8 yards. All in all, a gain of 17 for the Spartans. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the Hickman 25 for battle as the clock rolls along here. As we reach the 10-minute mark here in the 3rd quarter. Peyton Roberts checks in for Trey Morris, who just took a carry for 17 yards. Roberts lined up to the right of Lewis. Gives a lead block for Jordan, who takes the handoff. Cuts through a hole on the right hash. Still moving forward. And is brought down at the Hickman 10-yard line, where it will be 1st and goal for the Spartans, who are trudging down the field here. With under 10 to go, 9:47 if you want me to be exact. I'm Alex Weimer. I will be your lone voice for the rest of the evening, as I was in the first half. If you don't like my voice, you're going to have to get used to it and learn to love it, because this is all you have tonight. Lewis lines up in the shotgun. Darren Jordan accompanying to the left. Jordan takes the handoff, cuts towards the middle. Is pushed down at the 5-yard line. That was Talon Kemp making the final push for the QPs, bringing him down. So it'll be 2nd down and goal for battle at the 4-yard line. Good push by the battle front, led by senior left tackle Chad Voney, also a 2nd-year construction student at the Columbia Area Career Center. Lewis lines up in the shotgun. Pat C.J. Schlater on the rump. Peyton Roberts lined up to Lewis's left in a little bit of an offset shotgun formation here. Lewis takes a snap, hands it off to Jordan, looking for a hold, runs over defender and is over the goal line for another Spartan touchdown. Darren Jordan on the 4-yard carry, as the Spartans took no time in taking the QP punt down the field. About 2.5 minutes without passing it either. Exclusively on the ground right there. As Jalen Williamson will come on to kick for the Spartans. This point after attempt. Peyton Roberts will be the holder. Roberts signals he's ready. Takes a snap. It's a low snap. The kick is good. So battle leads Hickman 35-0 with 8:44 to go here in the 3rd quarter. This is CPS 360 TV. Missouri at Battle High School, where Jalen Williamson is on the kick for the Spartans. Short line drive that takes one hop and goes out of bounds. So that means Hickman will set up shop at their own 35. Williamson is upset with himself after that kick. It went directly out of bounds. No QP touched it. So it'll be an illegal procedure. It'll be 1st and 10 Hickman at their own 35.
Free kick, out of bounds, on the kicking team. The receiving team has elected a 5-yard penalty.
They decline the 35-yard line starting position and will assess a 5-yard penalty on the kickoff team, which will be Battle. And we will re-kick. See if this will pay off for Hickman. As Williamson takes his pre-steps back. Be wary for Adrian Kenny, the man with the long hair here on the near side. Ball is booted low. That is Talon Kemp on the return. He bursts to the outside and is knocked out of bounds at the 36. So the Cupies pick up a yard after taking the 5-yard penalty rather than starting their drive to the 35. They'll start at their own, 37. So Devin Crane will come back on the field. Looking to make something happen here as the Cupies trail by 35. As we have the running clock going, under 8 to go. I'll give the Hickman fans credit. They showed up pretty well tonight there on the far side of the field. It's a little screen pass here for Shamiron Townsend, who gets knocked out of bounds after pick of about 6 by Trey Morris, the Spartan senior linebacker. It'll be about 2nd and 4.
Local score from
With 7.5 to go.
Jeff City 14, Rockbridge 11 in the third.
As Rockbridge now trails Jeff City, 14-11. Rockbridge, the 9th-ranked team in Class 6. So a game to watch out for there. Be a big upset for the Jays if they can knock off the Bruins. Like I said, the Bruins trail Jeff City 14-11 in the third quarter. Crane takes a snap from under center. It's a play action. He rolls to his right, looking downfield. Pump fakes, still looking, and just elects to toss it out of bounds to avoid possibly another turnover. So it'll now be 3rd and 4 for Hickman at their own 44-yard line. Hickman comes in tonight 0-5, suffering a huge loss in the Providence Bowl to Rockbridge last week. Their usual running back is out tonight, Jaron Eskridge. Carried the ball 19 times last week against the Bruins. Crane takes a snap, looks left, and the pass is caught. That is LaMarco Carter putting his name in the box score tonight. After pickup of 1, it'll be 4th down and 3. And with their backs against the wall, Cupies will go for it. Ranging close to midfield here. As Andrew Willingham will stay on the sidelines rather than come on and punt. 2 receivers. On the right for Hickman. Duel on the left as well. Crane takes a snap. Pump fakes. Has room to run, and he will. He decides to pass, and it is complete. That is Ryan Padgett. So Crane fooled me again rather than keeping the ball and scrambling. He throws the ball to Padgett for a pickup of roughly 25, and a flag comes in after the play as the refs meet and converse. We will see what the penalty is. Possibly another late hit. And it looks to be just that. As the Whitecap here will turn his mic on, and the Battle defense is, in fact, backing up. Oh, fouls on both teams, rather. So, offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct penalties will keep from anything happening. And we'll stick with the original play and gain. So it'll be first down, Hickman, at the Battle 36. It'll be the third or fourth time that Hickman has been in Spartan territory. And we'll see if they can finally punch one in and remove the 0 that is on the board right now under the guest moniker. Crane takes a snap, looking for Talon Kemp. It goes up and through his hands. He's had to reach high for that one. Kemp is a little wobbly after coming down. It appears as though his shoe just came off. So that makes it second down and 10. As the Battle defense swarmed Devin Crane before he had really any time to throw, although it did appear to be a little bit of a mid-screen pass, some screen action there by the Cupies. See if they can catch the defense off guard a little bit, possibly blitzing if that was in their game plan. But it matters not. As it is second down and 10 for Hickman. 3 receivers to the left. Crane takes a snap, rolls to his left, looks downfield. His pass is complete to Derek Ablin, who was crumpled to the ground by a host of Battle Spartans. Gain of 2. Crane, the quarterback, is a little gimpy getting up there after being knocked down by DeShannon Turner, 6'3", 245-pound junior lineman for the Spartans. Mason Rourke comes onto the field now. He will line up next to Derek Ablin on the near side of the field. Riley Keevans is lined up on the right hash. And Max Newhouse is the running back in for the Cupies, standing next to Devin Crane. And he takes the handoff and is immediately brought down in the backfield. First couple Spartans there were Jake Hedrick and Jarrell Heiler. So it'll be fourth down and 12 for Hickman, who already picked up a fourth down conversion earlier in this drive. So this third quarter has flown by. We are sitting at 2:45 now as I speak, and these Cupies face a fourth down and long. So 2 receivers set on each side. Newhouse, the lone tailback, next to Crane, who takes a snap, looking downfield for Ablin. A little bit of miscommunication, and the ball will sail 5 yards from anybody in the vicinity. It'll be a turnover down on downs, and the Spartans will set up shop first and 10 at their own 38-yard line. The clock keeps ticking here down to under 2 minutes. Temperature has finally cooled down, as has the press box, as I can vouch that the press box was warmer than it was outside earlier. It's a little more comfortable for the commentators and patrons inside here. Trying to do our best to give you this high school football presentation. We're on a beautiful first day of fall. So Lewis takes a snap, fakes the handoff, tosses it out to Dre Tyler, makes a cut to the left, and is tackled by Hickman defensive back. Which would be Riley Keevans, junior linebacker, 6'3", 190. Once again, I'm Alex Weimer. I'm your play-by-play commentator tonight. Proud product of Hallsville, Missouri. As the time dips below a minute here. Lewis takes a snap, a little bit of an option look, keeps it for himself, cuts midfield Lead blocker CJ Schlater there, the center. After pickup of roughly 4, it'll be 3rd down and 2 for the Spartans. Alex Smith is the lone receiver here on the near side. 2 receivers on the left. As Jordan takes a snap, moves upfield, breaks a tackle, and is brought down by Jeremiah Kent. So a pickup there of roughly 28 yards for a Battle first down. And they have got to be touching around 12 to 13 first downs on the night as their offense has been clicking. Not losing a step from last week when they beat Helias 40-7. Lewis takes the snap, hands it off to Jordan, who's brought down at the 25 after a pickup of 9.
Attention students and marching band on your feet. Get ready to jump around.
And that'll be the end of the third quarter. The Battle Spartans lead the Hickman Cupies 35-0. This is CPS 360 TV. Welcome back to the start of the fourth quarter. Battle leads Hickman 35-0 here on a beautiful September night in Columbia, Missouri. As high school football will be about the best football you see around these parts, as the Missouri Tigers have struggled in their early going this year. Lewis takes a snap, hands it off to Jordan, is met immediately in the backfield. That is Connor Miller, the junior 6'1", 250-pound defensive tackle for the Cupies. So it'll be 3rd down and 5 after a loss of 3. Here in the first play of our final frame of 12 minutes. And you'd be surprised that the Spartans haven't put in any backups yet, trying to get some experience, play for the future. Lewis takes a snap, looks right. Pass is complete to Dre Tyler, who has room to work with. A great block there by a Spartan receiver. And it's Keandre Whitaker on the block. And Dre Tyler is brought down by Shamiron Townsend. So a pickup of roughly 25. We'll give the Spartans 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. And the outcome of this game appears to just be a formality. But you play through the final whistle. Lewis takes the snap, keeps it for himself rather than handing off to Jordan. And he pushes through into the end zone for another Battle touchdown. So the Spartans lead 41-0 here on the option keep by Jaron Lewis, the junior 6'2", 205-pound quarterback. He's a big man, tough to stop. He's got some legs on him. He can really churn. So Battle comes on for the point after attempt. That is Jalen Williamson, the kicker for the Spartans. Roberts, the holder, puts it down. The kick is immediately singled good. So after the point after attempt, Battle leads the Hickman Cupies 42-0 with 10:47 to go. This is CPS 360 TV. Welcome back to Columbia, Missouri, where Battle leads Hickman 42-0. Another quick update. Rockbridge is now leading the Jeff City Jays 18-14 in the third quarter on the other side of Columbia. As this return is fielded by Derek Gabler, and he has room to run. Shakes off a tackle and chauffeurs himself out of bounds at the 41-yard line of Battle. So a nice pickup there. And once again, Hickman finds themselves in Spartan territory, but can they capitalize? And for pride's sake, remove the 0 from the board and replace it with a little more of a crooked number. So it'll be 1st and 10 Hickman at the Spartan 43.
Okay, cool.
So with 10 to go now, as the clock continues to run and drip away. Devin Crane comes back on the field with 2 receivers on each side of him. Shamiron Townsend is the lone back. Crane takes a snap, hands it off to Townsend. Shakes off the tackle, shakes off 2 tackles, and then is finally gobbled up by Jake Hedrick and Trey Morris. So it'll be 2nd down and 13 for the Cupies from the Spartan 46 as they each make their subs. Talon Kemp now trots onto the field. And it appears Hickman will bring in a new signal caller. That is Justin Kundert, senior 6 foot, 175-pound quarterback. He will take the snap, hand it off to Max Newhouse, who is clipped and brought down by Jake Hedrick, junior linebacker for the Spartans.
Good luck to all Spartan golfers as they begin district play on Monday, September.
As it appears, the Spartan defense is finally bringing in their second teamers to get some experience and put their stamp on this game. So the QPs will line up with tripped receivers on the right. Ryan Padgett, the lone receiver, on the far side of the left hash. Kundert receives the snap, hands it off to Newhouse, trying to find the edge, and can't. First to meet him, number 42, Joe McGee for the Spartans, senior 5'10", 180-pound linebacker. So it's 4th down and 9 from the Battle 42. The infamous Major League Baseball number, of course, representing the man who broke the color barrier. Jackie Robinson as the play clock trips down to below 5. And we'll see. It appears as though the QPs will take the penalty to set up better punting position as Andrew Wheelahan trots onto the field now. They will take the delay of game penalty to give Wheelahan more room to place the ball where he wants to. Peyton Roberts will go back to return the kick for these Battle Spartans, who lead 42-0 with 7 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. So a huge, mighty performance from Jaron Lewis and his Battle offense tonight, who really had their way with this Hickman defense. And many expected that to happen in tonight's game, as Wheelhand's punt is downed at the Battle 17-yard line. And Jaron Lewis is still in the game, as well as many of the Battle first teamers. Although seeing his first action tonight is Jason McGuire, the 6'5", 165-pound senior receiver. And for the first time tonight, Darren Jordan, who had a hell of a game, finally steps off the sidelines, the sophomore running back. This time it is handed off to Jaden Davis, or rather Peyton Harris, the 5'10", 175-pound junior, who can't go anywhere and is wrapped up for a loss of 3. It'll be second down and 13 for Battle at their own 14. Many of the first-team receiving corps is still in the game for the Spartans. They have finally checked in a new running back. And Jaron Lewis, the junior quarterback, is still on the field. He takes the snap, moves to his left, a little bit of an option look, cuts upfield, looking towards the middle, makes a man miss with a sick juke move, and is finally gobbled up and brought down to the turf after a pickup of 23, 24. In there on the stop for Hickman was Derek Ablin and Riley Keevens. So a very successful homecoming night here for the Spartans, as the clock now displays a time below 5 minutes. The Spartans wearing all gray in honor of their coach who passed away, their assistant coach, Jonathan Pinder. So Harris takes a snap, looks to his right, being drugged by a Hickman defender, gets lifted up off the ground, both feet off the ground, and is brought down after pickup of 6. So it'll be second down and 4. As the seconds keep ticking off here, now below 4 minutes, 10 seconds. Second and 4 for Battle from the Spartan 43-yard line. Lewis lined up in the shotgun, a little bit of an offset pistol. With Harris to his back left. The ball is dropped on the snap, and Lewis just hops on top of it. That'll be a loss of roughly 7, so it'll be third down and 11 with 3.5 to go. Matt Page was the man in motion there for the Spartans. He's been rather quiet tonight, although most of the Battle offense has featured long completions to Dre Tyler and a lot of ground and pound featuring Jaron Lewis and Darren Jordan, who has claimed the starting running back spot. Lewis takes the snap, hands it off to Harris, who evades a tackler, looking for any room, can't find any, and the play is blown dead before he is brought down. So it'll be 4th and 15, and the Battle punt unit will come on for the first time tonight. That'll be big Malik Edwards, 6'2", 265-pound senior on the kick for the Spartans. Looking to use his size 14 shoe to boot that ball as far as possible. Back to return for Hickman is Derek Ablin. Ablin, the 5'10 senior, also a standout baseball player for the Hickman baseball team. Malik Edwards takes a snap, boots a high, long kick, which will roll forward and take a little hop backwards at the 26-yard line of Hickman. The clock continues to tick away. So Battle will improve on the season to 5-2. And Hickman will go into next week still looking for their first win of the season, as they will drop to 0-6. I watch a lot of high school football, and this Spartan team, if they eliminate the penalties, they're about as athletic as any team in Class 5, and I'd say they're primed for another deep postseason run. They also have a fairly tight family connection. So the clock drops to 1.5 minutes here. Kundert takes the snap, looking downfield, hands it off to Max Newhouse, who was brought down after a gain of about a foot. So it'll be 2nd down and 9. As the Battle defense makes a mass substitution here with 1:05 to go in the game. And the Spartan student sections decided to chant that they believe that they will win, and I believe that everybody else in the stadium would agree with them as they lead 42-0 here with less than a minute to go in the 4th quarter. Kundert ready for the snap, takes it, hands it out to Newhouse, who bobbles the ball, falls on the ground. A large amount of high school juniors, seniors, sophomores, possibly freshmen are on top of it, and Battle comes away with it. As they are on the recovery there. So with 29 seconds to go, Battle will come onto the field, and I'd hope out of good sportsmanship just take a knee and take their W back to the locker room, or possibly not do anything, as the game clock has reached 10 seconds down. The play clock still hasn't started, so that will do it. Here on homecoming night in Battle High School in Columbia, Missouri, the Spartans defeat the Hickman Cupies 42-0 in back-to-back blowout wins for the Spartans. Huge performances from junior Jaron Lewis and senior receiver Dre Tyler, as well as sophomore running back Darren Jordan. And an all-in-all really tough, gritty, and inspiring performance from the defense gives this Battle Spartan team a victory, 42-0. I'm Alex Weimer. Thank you for listening. This has been Mid-Missouri High School Football on CPS 360 TV.